Fine. So let us start off with collections today. Okay. So collections are also called advanced types, So we have already seen as part of data types, one of the data type category that is advanced types. We've also called it as like collections. So what collection contains? Collection type contains different class object elements. Different class object elements. Each collection each collection type has got different methods which helps in performing some operations on collection element on collection elements. So following are the four collection types what we have in Python, which you already know, but let me highlight once again. We have list, we have tuple, we have set, and then we have dict. So these are the four data types comes under collection types. Each and every collection type internally contains a different class elements. Okay, so that's the reason these are called collection types. Okay, so what we have to do is what is list, what are the properties of list, what are the methods of list, what all operations it can perform, okay, where it is used. So these kind of important points we have to study. Likewise, what is tuple, what is the difference between list and tuple, what all we can do with tuple, okay, where we use this tuple, okay. Likewise, set and dict we all have to study. So let me go ahead and show a diagram. Okay, I want you to take this diagram. Okay, so this is very important summary of our collections concept. See here, every other cell is one program. If you see, I have explained about list, tuple, set, dictionary based on their features. Left side you see features: hetero, duplicates, insertion order, data types, elements types are, indexing, and modifying element slicing. So these are all important features about every other collection you have to know at any given point in time. You should be able to answer. Okay. So first let us talk about list and each property we will try to explore. So hetero means what? List can contain heterogeneous elements or not. Okay, that is what the question. So if you see here, I have mentioned S. So it means list can contain heterogeneous elements. You can store string, float, complex, anything. Okay, and list in list is also possible. Okay. Can list contain duplicates? Yeah, yes, list can contain duplicates. You can store 10 10. You can store hello hello. Likewise, duplicate values you can store in list. Insertion order is preserved. What do you mean by insertion order is preserved? Whatever the seat you allocated for any element, that seat is fixed for it, right? In the first place, you are entering, let's say, 10. In the second place, you are entering 20. So LST of 0, whenever you are trying to access, always it will display 10. So that is what the concept of insertion order. If insertion order is preserved, what is possible? Go and check in the blue color. See, blue color are 3, right? If insertion order is preserved, indexing is possible. Okay, that is yes. Okay, If insertion order is preserved, indexing is possible. If indexing is possible, what is the next immediate thing is possible? Slicing is possible. Please try to read all blue color at once and green color at once. Okay. So if insertion order is preserved, indexing is possible as well as slicing is possible. Okay. Now, what is list data type? Data type, what type of data type list is? List is mutable type. You all know mutable means what? In the same address you can modify the data of list multiple times. Okay, so list is mutable, right? If it is mutable, modifying elements is possible. Yes, of course, yes, right. Okay, so elements type are, in the sense, inside your list, what all elements you can give? Can you give mutable elements? Yes, you can give mutable elements like integer, float, string, etc. Can you also give mutable? Yes, you can also give mutable. Means what? A list can contain list, a list can contain set, a list can also contain dict. So mutable and immutable, in the sense list can have any kind of data type element inside of it. Okay, so that is what about list. You see, now try to compare your list with a tuple. Okay, so tuple heterogeneous, yes. Duplicates, yes. Insertion order is preserved, yes, yes. Data type, and you know what is the one difference between list and tuple? By seeing this diagram you have to immediately point out what is that. Blue color, green color are same. No, right? Insertion order blue color is same, sir, but difference is tuple is immutable element. Tuple is immutable element. Therefore, you cannot modify the tuple elements. This point you have to understand. Okay, tuple elements. This is the very basic question. Everybody will point you out whenever you attend any Python interview as such. Okay, what is the difference between list and tuple? Okay, at what situation you will have to use list, at what situation you have to use tuple. Okay, interpreter will feel happy for list or tuple. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. Okay, right. And element types in tuple, what all you can store? Tell me. In tuple, every other element you can store. Okay, in tuple, every other element you can store, like the way how your list is storing. Okay, right, both mutable as well as immutable. Where the difference is coming, sir, means difference is coming only in its data type nature. Okay, it is mutable, other is immutable. Okay, right. Okay, so what is set? You see, set heterogeneous is possible. Yeah, you can store in set not only numbers, you can also store strings, floats, likewise. Okay, fine. Can set take duplicates? Answer is no. But in the braces, I have written something. You please see. It will take, sir, but will not display. Okay. It will take, like your set, you write 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50. Like you write multiple, meaning you try to write duplicates. Set will take it, but when you print that set, it will not display duplicates. It will display only unique ones. Okay, so you understood this point. Okay, it will take but it will not display, right? And you see, in terms of insertion order, set is the only one behaves differently. Okay, so insertion order is not preserved means what? Set of, right, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 you gave, but when you are trying to print your set, it will come in the zigzag mode, like 50 may come first or 40 may come first or 20 may go in fourth place, right? Jumbling, right? It will be into jumbling mode. It will not store as the way how you have given the elements. So that is the reason insertion order is not preserved. So whenever insertion order is not preserved, immediately you have to go to the blue color point, indexing. So obviously indexing is not possible in set. Okay, So because you'd never know in the first place 10 is there or 30 is there or 50 is there or 40 is there. Okay, at that time you cannot hold it and display it what is there in the first element. So that's how indexing is not possible. If indexing is not possible, automatically slicing is not possible. I hope you are clear, right? Indexing and slicing, you should not have any doubt. Okay, slicing, you have to practice a lot. Okay, fine. Now let's move on with the dictionary. Okay, so dictionary hetero means what? You can, dictionary is little different, right? It contains key value pairs. So hetero means what? Okay, so it can take duplicates. When it can take duplicates, sorry, so it can take multiple elements. Okay, in dictionary it's not that only you have to store one data type, you can store multiple data types. That is obvious. Okay, so duplicates, in terms of duplicates, you see I have described here. For keys, you see, no. For keys, duplicates are not possible. Okay, it will take but overwrites. Try to understand. It will take but overwrites. Let's say, let me give a small example here itself. Let's say you have taken one colon and you kept some x value. Okay, you kept some x value, comma, and you have taken one colon and you give y value, right? So for one colon x value you give, and again, one colon y value you give. So this will get execute. Okay, when you execute this dictionary, this will get execute. Keys, it will take but overwrites. Means what? One colon x, one colon y it will take. Okay, when you print off what is there in first key, okay, when you print off what is there in first key, can you guess what will be the answer? First time you have told for key value is x. Second time for key one value is y. Means what? Your x is getting override with y. Okay, so that is the reason you will get y. Okay, so this x will never get displayed in the answer. Okay, means it is not considered. Okay, so that is what the point is. Keys, basically concept is no, but actually speaking it won't give any error. It will take but overwrites. That is what the point you have to understand. Values, yeah, you can give duplicates n number of times. The same, comma, 2 colon y also you can give. 2 colon y also you can give. Y already I given for one, no sir, one key, no. Yeah, you can give for two also, not an issue. Likewise, values can be duplicates. It is possible. Now insertion order, you see, insertion order. Sir, insertion order is preserved for dictionaries. When insertion order is preserved for dictionaries, indexing must be yes, no. But why I have written here NA not applicable? Tell me. Because dictionary is not a unique element like list and tuple. Dictionary elements are not unique elements like list and tuple. Dictionary elements are key value pairs. See, one column x is there here, one column y is there here, and two column y is there here. How do you extract this as whole? D of 0, do you think D of 0, if you write one column x will come in the output? No, that is meaningless concept, right? So that's the reason there is no concept of indexing applies for dictionaries, right? Then how to fetch, sir? You fetch your values as by using keys. You fetch your values by using your keys. Okay, I'll make you understand. Okay, don't worry. So when indexing is not applicable, of course, slicing is also not applicable for dictionaries. And coming to green color, your dictionary elements are mutable, right? Your dictionary elements, your dictionary items are mutable. In fact, you have to call dictionary items, not elements. Okay, so dictionary items are mutable. So when dictionary items are mutable, you can modify this one. You can put it as like 10, this x you can put it as like abc, right? So you can modify your dictionary items, right? So this is also fine. Now last point, elements type are, okay, in the dictionary what do you write? Left side you write key, right side you write value. Okay, so this is what your dictionary is, right? So now you see element type. Key must be immutable. In the sense, left side whatever you write, this must be immutable. Please understand, very 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 important points these are. Okay, in the dictionary, key must be immutable. Values can be anything. Means right side whatever you write, it can be both immutable as well as mutable. Okay, it can be both immutable as well as mutable. But what is the point you have to focus on is, while giving any value at the key position, you have to give only immutable value. Means what? All basic types plus tuple only you can give. So left side in the key as a list, you will never ever see in Python. Okay, left side as list, left side as like set, you will never ever see in the Python. As left side at the dict, you will never ever see in the Python. Okay, right, right. So how this is working, sir? Why this concept is like this? You may get doubt. See, this dictionary concept, dict data type has come up with the concept of our regular English dictionary only. Okay, you all must be having or at least seen once in your lifetime your English dictionary, right? So how does your English dictionary works? Left side you will have a word, right side you will have a meaning. Meaning can be one word, one sentence, or two sentences. Correct? Okay. So tell me, left side in dictionary, you please just visualize and imagine. Left side in dictionary, whatever the word has come, okay, again will it repeat in the left side anytime in your dictionary? No, right? Okay, alphabetical order generally your dictionaries are, right? So one word has displayed in the left side, for that meaning also you have given in the same side, same line, right? The same word left side, whatever you are been seeing after 15, 20 pages or 30, 40 pages, again the same word you will see in the left side. No, right? But right side, whatever the word you have given, the same word you can use for some other word meaning also. So same concept, right? Values can be duplicates, values can be anything, but your point is left side you cannot store the values which are you know which left side should not be duplicates, and left side you should not store the values which are modifiable. Okay, so that's what, based on that concept only, dictionary concept has come in for us, right? So let me proceed, go ahead and start showing programs on each and every cell. Okay, let's proceed with the list first. Okay, so list1.py. Okay, so you can formulate notes for list. Every point is one sentence. List can have heterogeneous elements, list can have duplicates, insertion order is preserved in list, data types of list are mutable, list can store both mutable and immutable elements, and indexing is possible in list, right? Therefore slicing is also possible in list. And since data types are mutable, you can modify your list elements. Okay, whatever I have said, you can formulate from 5 6 points. Okay, and by your own you leave some half page or quarter page, and please write down on by your own points by seeing the table. I'm not giving any specific notes for list. If you start seeing programs, you will understand. Okay, different ways of list creation. Okay, right. Now let's see. LST is equals to open and close. You all know that LST will represent with the list, we represent with square braces. Print LST, print type of LST. Control S, F5. So what is that it is displaying? It is displaying empty list. So how you can display empty list using just empty square braces. Okay, this is class list. Okay, right. Now LST1 is equals to list open and close. What is this list, sir? List is a function, okay, so which I am calling. Okay, so what happens? Print LST1. Okay, control S F. I am not giving type. You see, again empty list got displayed. Okay, so empty list, in how many ways you can display in Python? Okay, so this kind of questions also people will ask. You should understand. Okay, right. Now, what is the len of LST? One, tell me. What is the length? Obviously zero, right? Nothing is there inside of it. So len you can able to use to check the total number of elements present in the list. Okay, now let us quickly do, this is homogeneous, print LST of 2. Now you please take fatafat list 3. This is heterogeneous 10 comma 12 dot 56 comma python string comma, okay, and let's say 3 plus 4j comma true. Okay, so print LST of 3. Okay, so heterogeneous, control S F5. Yeah, it can take heterogeneous as well. Now list elements are mutable and immutable, right? So show that example also, right? Take 10 comma, let's say hello. Okay, obviously these two are comes under immutable. Now what you need to do is you have to show a list in list, right? Okay, this is good enough. If this is working, yes, your point is valid. It can store mutable as well as immutable elements, right? So mutable and immutable. Okay, right. So just take this quickly. Taken. Okay, so let me also show duplicates point. I missed showing duplicates. Duplicates. So LST 5. So 10 comma 20 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Sorry, let me say this 20. Now print LST 5. Control S F5. So duplicates it is accepting. Okay, duplicates it is accepting. Shall I proceed? Okay, control N, control S. So list 2. Okay, now let's try to understand indexing. Okay, indexing and slicing comes in strings, indexing and slicing comes for arrays, indexing and slicing comes for list, tuple, right? So you take a list, a simple list. Now, now you have to tell me answers. Print, I want 20, 30, 40. I want 20, 30, 40. And please give me in the chat what should, sorry, I want only 20. This is indexing. I want only 20. Tell me, what should I write in the print? LST of, what should I write? I want only 20. I want only 20. What should I write in the LST? Please give me in the chat. LST of 1. Very good. Okay, indexing, you all know it starts very good. Okay, so control S F5. Yeah, you got your answer 20. Right, if I want 50, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 is what I have to give to get the answer 50. Right, so indexing, this is how it will work, you all know. Right, now slicing will try to understand. Okay, so if you want write down here, not an issue. Right, 10, 1 second. So please write down here, in rough work you do it. 10, 20, right, 30, 40 and 50. So you are indexing, positive indexing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative indexing, sorry. So let's say we have another element 5 here, that is 0. Right, now negative indexing, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. Right, and one more important point is what? Only in forward direction you have to process. Fine. Okay, so let me add 0, sorry, 5 also. Control S F5. So now values will get changed. That's okay. So now tell me, I want 20, 30, 40. I want 20, 30, 40. What should I write? Print of LST of, I want 20. 20 index is what? 2. Very good. 20, 30, 40. 40 index is 4. So you have to give 5. Very good. Very good. Okay. So 20, 30, 40. Correct. Now I want 30, 40. I want 30, 40 in the reverse indexing. You please tell me. I want 30, 40 in the reverse indexing. You please tell me. Print LST of 30 and 40 I want. In the reverse indexing, you tell me. -3, very good, Harchita. -3 colon, right, -1, right? So people who are able to understand, right? So you are grasping fast, right? Those who are not understanding, in spite of talking this third time, am I right? In the string handling, in the first week sessions, I discussed this. Yesterday also I discussed, and today also I'm discussing. If you are still having slicing doubts, nobody can help you. Okay, so this is how it is. Now I want, tell me, alternate numbers to print. Alternate numbers to print. LST of, okay, first of all, tell me, if I wanted to print a whole list, can I put like this from starting to ending, right? Full list it will come. Control S F5. Now can I put like this, lst of whole list in alternate fashion, just to put 2lx space. Okay, control s f5. Correct, you got alternate. Now tell me, I want uh, 10 and 40. I want 10 and 40. Print of lst of 10. 10 is the first element, index 1. Okay, it has to process till what extent? What is the index of 4? 40. Index of 40 is 4, so you have to put till 5. Okay, colon. Okay, and 10 and 40 means what is the gap? Every 3 numbers you want to display. Getting my point? Yes, correct. 10 and 40, you got it. So this is how your indexing and slicing works. Fine, guys. So why the reason I'm repeatedly giving this kind of programs, these are very, very, very important. Okay, this is what the complexity challenges you face while processing your lists or any collection to that matter. Okay, so please take this and I will proceed with another program. Shall I proceed? Search for a given element in the list. Okay, search for a given element in the list. So I want you to do this program. Okay, I will give 1 minute. You take a list and search for a given element and display that, yeah, such a element is found. If such element is not found, you have to say that, what you have to say, such element is not found, using what? Element list means ultimately your for loop must and should come. Okay, so 10 comma, okay, yeah, for loop we have to use 45, let's say 89, 56, 12, right, 20, 31, okay, 65, 99, okay, so 27, right? So these are the list elements which I have taken. Fine. And now, okay, what you have to do, you have to use for loop for I in lst. Okay, if, okay, you need to search for the element, so you need to take a number from keyboard, right? So n is equals to int of input of enter your search element, right? So if our search element n double equals to I, colon, print, right, element found, element found, right? Okay, now now else print element not found. You remember the same example we have seen for in while discussing your for loops, right? Control S, run module. Okay, so let me enter your search element. What is my search element? Search element I am giving 1000. So, sir, at what point, just listen my sentence very carefully. Sir, in the Farrell's concept, show me a case only only else should get execute, sir. Okay, in the for else concept, show me a case only else should get execute, sir. So this is what it is, right? After all, your for loop getting execute, after all your for loop getting execute, right? I once first time is 10. Okay, 10 is not equal to the given number, 45 not equal to given number, 89 not equal to given number, 56 not equal to given number, because 1000, right? 1000 we are comparing with all, every other element. After all processing your for loop, your element is still not found. At that case only your else loop gets executed. This is like after all searching the thief photo in the classroom for all the 60 students, constable is coming down and complaining, telling to the inspector who is sitting in the jeep, saying that thief not found. Understand? In that case else will be used. But if you, so one second. See, 1000 means element not found. But after finding element, what is missing here? Break statement is missing, right? Break. So when element is found, when thief is found, your constable is getting out from the classroom and he stopped his search. Likewise, here also it's a search, it is stopping. So look for 12, right? What happens when you are looking for 12? Tell me. So 10 gets compared with 12. Now 45 gets compared with 12. Now 89 gets compared with 12. 56 gets compared with 12. The moment 12 gets compared with the 12, immediately if loop gets executed, this statement gets executed, and break statement also gets executed. It means cursor will come out from the for equivalent else loop also, it will not execute and it will come to the program statement. Okay, that's how it is. So let me, I have entered 12. You see element found, right? Element found and breaked. So this we have discussed. Again I have discussing because we are focusing, we are processing the list elements, right? That's the reason I'm discussing. So please take this. Today is like entire list examples only, practicing list, and list methods also I will introduce soon. Taken? I hope. Shall I proceed? Yeah, so I hope you have taken, right? Okay, control N, control S, list 4. Now find sum of elements of given list. Find sum of elements of given list. Okay, given list means what? You have to take list elements from keyboard. How do you do that? How do you do that? You remember when we read input function, input statements, a comma b comma c equals to, likewise I have read three variables, three inputs from the keyboard by putting split function. You remember int of x for x in input. Okay, so I read three variables, but if I give more than three, it is saying too many values. If I give less than three, it is saying not enough values. You guys remember that program? So how I have overcome that problem? I have left side kept only one variable so that it will become list. Let me write down. List equals to int of x. Why int of x? Because whatever input is coming, that will be in the form of string. You are converting into int of x. For x in input, enter numbers. Okay, now dot split of. So split we are taking as like space. Okay, now close it. So how end user will get to know split you are giving as like space? Okay, So you have to give doc string. Okay, doc string, you have to say that. Okay, so while end user, while end user gives elements, okay, separator, what happened, separator must be space. Okay, separator must be space. Likewise, doc string people will give, then automatically end user will get to know that I have to give separator as like space. So automatically they'll give space. Okay, not for this program. Actually, let's say if you are giving this program and integrating into Python software, when you do help of this program, it will show all these doc strings. Okay, so you see now you take a variable total is equals to 0. Now for I in lst, total plus equals to I. That's it, right? Print total, print total. Okay, sum of elements of a given list is total. Control S, control F5. So enter numbers. So 10 space, 20 space, 30 space, 40 space, 50. What happened? One sec. Right side, the chat window is really disturbing me. One sec. List int of x for x in input, enter elements. Okay. Int of x for x in input. Let me control S F5. Let me pull this up. Ten space, 20 space, 30 space. Okay, cool. This is working fine. So where is the error? Total is equals to 0, right? For I in LST, total is equals to total plus I. Correct. Sum of elements of list total. Control S F5. What happened? Earlier, why it hasn't come? Maybe some other key must have got pressed. Control S F5. You see now 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Right, so list is getting printed and sum is also getting printed. This is how you will have, these are all, every question is interview question, for sure. People who are facing interviews in lists, they may ask any of this question. Okay, so just take this quickly. Yeah, maybe, yeah, you are right, Nirali. Maybe after 50 again I must have given space. Correct. Good guess. Yeah. Okay, great. Let me proceed, shall I? Shall I, guys? Super. Okay, control N, control S, list 5. Okay, so nested nested list means what? List in list, very simple program. You see, my list is equals to list in list is nothing but called nested list, right? You all know. Right now 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Right, so this is what? Lists in list. There are three lists inside our main list. Okay, now what I want you to try is, okay, I want you to show me output in the form of matrix. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, just give a try. I will take 1 minute silence. Okay, I will be in 1 minute silence. Meanwhile, I'll just draw how I'm expecting. So hint is nested for loops. You have to use for loop in for loop. Okay, I want like this. I want answer like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, if anybody have typed that code, let me see in the chat. Okay, I'll give 1 minute time. Try it. I want you to type it and please put it in chat. Let's see. 1 minute I will give. Anybody? Let's see who is going to do this program. You have another 20 seconds to go. Nobody, is it? Okay. Print high print J. Okay. So I can just pass you, Snehita. This is how you have to do. Yeah, correct. But it will not come the way how I have expected. Okay. So half till half you are correct. Good, Snehita. At least you have done. So nobody has done. So this minute, if I have to recruit somebody, obviously my choice is Snehita, right? First impression is the best impression, guys. Sorry, Varun, that's not correct. So let me help you out, guys. See, for I in LST, okay. Now tell me what is there in I. For I in LST means in the first instance, what is there in I? In the first instance of I, first element of your list will be there. That is internal list, correct? Okay. Come inside. For J in I, sir, what is J, sir? J is the first element in I. What is I? I is 10, 20, 30. What is J? J is first element of I. Means what? J is your 10. Am I right? Am I right or wrong? In whole of a main list, first element is 10, 20, 30. In 10, 20, 30, what is the first element? 10. So this time if you print J, what you will get? what you will get? You will print J, 10 will get, automatically next on 20 will get, automatically next on 30 will get, right? Now what happened? What happened? Your for loop, internal for loop, one round execution over. Okay, so it will go to I increment. Now I will be second list. Okay, now again for J in I, this time J is 40. So 40, 50, 60 will come, and then 70, 80, 90 will come. So likewise, you will get all these elements. Control S F5, you see, run, run module. What happened? Run, run module. Okay, all the elements you are getting in vertical fashion. Okay, but the way how I have expected, it has not come. Now you see, for every internal for loop, let me give a print. For every internal for loop, let me give a print. Print function job is what? It will create a new line. Can you see that? Can you see that? 10, 20, 30, one new line, 40, 50, 60, another new line, 70, 80, 90. Right? Now, what you do is, after 10, print 20 next to it. Yeah, somebody is giving Varun, correct. End is a variable in print you will use to put some space or some characters after printing your value. So end equals to space, you give control S F5, you will get your answer as expected. Got it? So is it any big logic? Tell me. Not at all, right? Python logics are so small, just that you have to smartly handle it. Correct? Understood, guys? Okay. So just take this. We'll quickly see some other important concept. Hope you guys have taken this. Now let's move on with move on with okay, so working with list methods. Okay, I want you all to write down these methods with your pen and book in your notes. Okay, once you please put down this method names in your notes. Okay, I know you have this, but still it's good practice to write down. Okay, study and write. These are all total number of list methods what we have in Python. Okay, so please put this heading and write down all this. How many are there? Total 10, 11 are there. 3, 3, 3. Yeah, 11 methods are there. Please write down this 11 methods in your notes. Append every other list method. It is self-explanatory, right? One sentence I have given over there, right? Please read and write down. Okay, I'll just move away for 2 minutes. Okay, I'll just come back in 2 minutes. Please take this list methods. Okay, I'm not sure whether these are there in your notes or not, but still, if you have also, please take it in your running notes. I want you to maintain running notes. Okay, end of my total sessions, you should have like 200-300 pages of running notes. Okay, instead of my actual given notes, running notes only will help you in interviews. Believe me. Okay, take this. I'll just come in a minute. Done, guys? Taken? Okay, so we will directly practice this and try to understand, okay, one by one method. Just to take a sample data, okay, control N, control S, list, list methods. Can you see help list means what it is giving for me? Squeezed text 128 lines. Okay, double click on that. Okay, where is that? One second. Oh, now can you see help on class list in module built-ins? What is list? List is a class, right, which is present in which module? Built-ins module, right? So you see there are multiple list properties you can find here. What are all these? These are all special methods of list module, sorry, list class. Okay, so whenever you are calling len, right, internally this is what happening. Okay, whenever you are using for loop, right, iter method gets execute. Okay, so I will discuss this iter concept once after completion of your oops. Iterators concept is what we need to discuss. Okay, and you see count, copy, clear, these are normal methods, okay, which I have shown for you in the notes. Okay, sort, reverse, remove, pop, insert. Okay, these are all the things which you have taken, right? If you have any doubts tomorrow for any class, just type help class name, automatically the meta information of it will show. Okay, right? Okay, so you can do that. I'm putting a comment. Why? Because in the output it will come vast. So list is equals to take some dummy list. Okay, okay, enough. 7 list. Now let's work on one by one element. What is that? Append. Append lst dot append of 1000. What it do? Just check. Directly apply it and check. Okay, it will add. It will add a new element. It will add a new element at last. Okay, so that is what append. What is extend? Extend means you will have to just give a try. There is a next list. Okay, so x equals to let's say you have 100 comma 200 comma 300. Okay, so your lst is equals to lst dot extend with your x, print lst, control s f5. One second. Okay, so first you have to do extend and then you have to print it. Lst dot extend of x. X is another list, right? And that you are adding one more list to the actual list. Okay, now you see whenever you print a list, your 100, 200, 300 got added to your existing list. You got it? Okay, let's check one by one. Now, what is that? Next, insert. Insert means what? Inserting, you can insert elements, in the respective positions. So it's 5 comma 99. Okay, 5 comma 99. What do you mean by 5 comma 99, sir? In the fifth index it will put your 99. Okay, check. Am I right or wrong? 0 1 2 3 4 5. Fifth index it pushed, it kept 99. Okay, Like, your cheating friend will come and sit in middle of your both good friends, right? Likewise, somebody is coming and sitting in the middle. Okay, right. Fine. Now let me proceed with another example. Remove elements from the list. Okay, straight what you can do is you can give the element name. Okay, so lst dot remove of, we have like 70, right? Let's remove 70. Print, sorry, it's lst, control s f5. Okay, so 70 got removed from the list. Okay, right. Now let's quickly see lst dot, what is the next function? Index. Okay, so what is this index? Index gives index of your respective element. What is the index of 1000? Let's check. Control s f5. So 7, am I right? 10 to 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1000 index is 7. That's what index gives the index position. Next, count returns occurrence of elements in a list. So print lst dot count of 100. Control s f5. 1. Okay, 100 is got only for ones, so it is showing 1. Okay, likewise, any element you print here, it will show only 1 because there are no duplicates in our list. You can give duplicates and check, count will improve to 2. Okay, right. Next, pop removes element of given index. Okay, removes element of given index. So let's say lst dot pop of. Okay, so let's say what is there, what is, let's see the latest list. Let's remove 40. 40 index is what? 0 1 2 3. So put 3. 1 second. Put 3. 3. Pop off 3. So it should remove 40. You can check. Control S F5. Wait. I have to print the new list, right? Latest list. Print list. Can you see 40 has gone? Right? Pop means it will pop out the any element, whatever the index you have given. Now reverse means what? Just reverse your list. lst dot reverse. Okay, so when you do reverse, print of your lst, control s f5. Can you see your list got printed in the reverse fashion? Correct, am I right? Okay, so what is the next one? Sort means what? You have to sort your list. Okay, all list functions methods I'm showing in one program, they are simple only. lst of sort, print lst. Sort means ascending order. Okay, you got it, guys? Okay, so now above list, it has sorted from ascending to descending. Okay, small to large, right? Okay, now what is next? Copy. Okay, right, you have sort function in different ways. Sort dot let's see dot sort reverse equals to true. Okay, when you put reverse equals to true, what it will display? You see, descending order it will display. Are you understanding? First it displayed ascending. Okay, sort means sort in that reverse equals to true, if you put, it will display in the descending fashion, right? Okay, now what is the next one? You have copy. Okay, so copy means it will directly copy your list. New list is equals to lst dot copy. Okay, print new list. You see, new list also got printed. 1000, 300, 300. You see, two lines are there in the bottom. Correct. So that's what the copy is. And now, last one, new list dot clear. Okay, is that the last one? Yeah, clear. Print new list. Control S F5. So when you clear it, it will clear all the elements of your list. Okay, so these are all different list methods what we have in the list class. Okay, so you can quickly take this program. You have to call me and tell to unlock. While I'm typing, I cannot see chat or phone. Fine, guys. Taken one last small concept is there, so that we can stop. Over. Taken, guys. Okay. Control S F5. Shall I proceed? Okay. Okay. So let's move to list comprehension. Okay. So we have, okay, once what are the topics which we have seen? Different, write down different ways of list creations, right? And list indexing and slicing, right? Search per given element in list, sum of elements of list, list nested listing, right? And list methods is what we have seen. And now last one is list comprehension. Okay, the above are all, like, I have not given much notes because these are all only programs. By seeing that, you can understand. Okay, so what is list comprehension? This is one of the important tricky concept, I can tell you. Okay, so what is this list comprehension means? It, using this using this concept, we generate a new list. We generate a new list from the iterable objects. Okay, from the iterable objects. Okay, we write some condition based on new list gets generate. Okay, based on new list gets generate. Okay, so this is advanced way of list creation. Okay, okay, advanced way, or you can say latest way, or compact way, compact way of list creation. Okay, that's it. So iterable object means what? Your all collections are iterable objects. Okay, so these are the 3 points you can take under list, and we'll see programs. Okay, so first, so basically what the point here is, in fact you got introduced to this list comprehension concept in one of the earlier program only. What is that, shall I tell? Reading list of inputs on by your own from the keyboard. How do you do? Int of x for x in input, right? So that concept is list comprehension only, basically creating list using code. Okay, I'll show. Just control N, control S, list 7. Okay, you see, list comprehension means generating list using code. Okay, see, lst1 is equals to 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, see, what is this? This is not list comprehension. Okay, this is not list comprehension. You see, lst2 is equals to int of x for x in input. Okay, enter numbers. Okay, enter numbers dot split. Okay, so this is the list comprehension. You see, print lst2, and let me print lst1 here. Okay, so you can write, this is list comprehension. Okay, please write down that this is list comprehension. Control S, F5. You see, first list is printed. Now second list is what you are printing on by your own. Okay, so through code your list should get generate. Okay, through code your list should get generate, right? So take this example. Let me give another example. Right, shall I proceed for another example? Control N, control S, list dot 8. Okay, so list comprehension x2. Okay, find, let's say find square of 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, find square of 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, so first let's do without list comprehension. Okay, then you'll understand the importance of list comprehension. So you see, what I'm doing is I'm taking a new list. Okay, now for I in range of 10 means what? You are, if you give 11 it will print 0 to 10. Okay, by default range starts from 0. So it should start from 1, it should go till 10, means you have to put till 11. Okay, understanding? Now what you can do is lst dot append. In append something has to go. What has to go? I has to go. If it goes I, what it will go? You just what just print and check. Print your lst, control s f5. You see it is going individual elements, 1 2 3 normal elements, because 1 to 10 whatever you have taken that you are appending. But I want squares. Just put I star I, 1 star 1, 2 star 2, 3 star 3, 4 star 4. Okay, those results it will go. See how I have created this list numbers with the squares. Okay, using without list component. This is a normal way of doing. This is a normal way of doing with the list comprehension. I'll show with the list comprehension. You see, lst1 is equals to, see here itself you have to try to build the logic building skills. Okay, for I star I, for I in range of 1 comma 11, for I in range of 1 comma 11. Getting my point? Now you see print lst1. 4 lines of code we have managed to print in 2 lines. Here itself, here above what we are doing, we are, okay, let me try to print a line, control s f5. Can you see that? Can you see that? Same range 1 to 11. Both logics are displaying squares, but below logic output is list comprehension. Above logic output is without list comprehension. So list comprehension means what? In the square braces only you will write the logic and bring in the list. That's what it is. As simple as that. In the square braces only you will write your logic. It can be input, it can be for loop, it can be if, whatever it may be, right? Okay, so we will write uh, one more program and last program, that is using if. Okay, if you have taken this, I'll proceed for the last program for the day. Answer is 1 to 10, yeah, square numbers, square values rather. Shall I proceed for the last program? Okay, this is what the socket you can see. List 7 program, you can see output. Okay, let me complete the last program, and then for others, those who have not taken, I'll keep, because few people wants to live, let them. Let me quickly take control N, control S, LST of 9. Okay, so list comprehension EX3. Okay, now so display even numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, a small program will take. If it is normal, okay, this is without list comprehension. So take a list, empty list, and try to build this list. How? For I in range of, for I in range of, okay, we are trying to print even numbers, right? So one you can exclude. Okay, till 11, right? Okay, so till 10, no, so 11 you have to put, right? So what you need to do, if I percentile 2 double equals to 0, then only you have to fetch that into your list. Correct? Append that into your list. So first time 2 will go, second time 4 will go, third time 6 will go, likewise. Okay. Now print list. Control S F. You see, you got your list comprehension without list comprehension, putting only even numbers into our list. Now generate this using list comprehension. Using list comprehension means what? You have to write everything in the logic. In logic must be in the square braces only. Okay. So I, for I in range of 2 comma 11. Okay. So here itself you have to build that above logic. For I, if I percentile to double equals to 0, if I percentile to double equals to 0, control S. Okay, let me print this. Print lst of 1, control S. Let me also give a empty line, control S F5. Can you see that? Can you see that I have achieved through list comprehension same question, like 1 to 10 even numbers fetching inside our list. So have we shrinked our code or not? Yes, we have, right? We have shrinked our code. So that's how it is. We have to shrink, and we can shrink and provide logic for list. So that concept is nothing but called list comprehension. Okay, this list comprehension applies for tuple, set, dict, for everything. Okay, so you have to be smart enough in building logics of providing in this fashion. Okay, right. So with this I will stop.